Hello, welcome back to F1 Manager 24 here in the second season. Basically halfway, and, well, spoilers for last episode, points are the order at the moment. 3 point scorers in a row, which has Zane Maloney rocking up in 10th as things stand, thanks to 8 points in the last one, particularly Lando getting a point on the board for him as well. Poor Lando. Zane's in an interesting company here. He's with the RBs and, well, I say Dennis Hauger, but that is 28 points. But second drivers, essentially, is what I was going to say, because Dragovic and Hauger, 77 rated, 77 rated. I do not understand Fittipaldi. He is rubbish at qualifying, yet somehow always brings in good points on a weekend. And this feels like it's the first time in a while that Hauger and Dragovic have managed that, despite being in comparable cars. I say that, Aston Martin aren't that great, but Valtteri Bottas, 105 points as the lead driver, 10 for the second is quite bad. Like, at least Hauger has about a third of Charles. It's not a bad ratio. Similarly, Fittipaldi's just over a third of Carlos Sainz. And if it wasn't for the fact he got 6 points last time out, he'd still be on 4. Rubbish. If I remember rightly, he ended that race with Bottas right behind him, ready to overtake him anyway. So he could have actually ended up scoring less points than Valtteri in that race, despite the fact that Valtteri had no gearbox. Constructors-wise, though, we are taking the fight to RB, and that's the only target because Valtteri Bottas. Yeah, we're not getting there at any stage whatsoever, but things got interesting at the true back markers, shall we call them? Poor Lewis Hamilton in the Williams. Eagle Eye viewers, our money has changed because I did give the refund for the engine parts. I think what I'm going to do, because I'm also resorting out and refurbishing AI teams' facilities, and that's the other thing. We have gone past June the 30th, which was the point when I was going to give us our next checkpoint of prize money, which the game doesn't actually give you, despite the fact it tells you it does. I've given myself 2 months because we did the first one out of 4 months by accident rather than 3. So I've given myself the last 2 months worth of prize money back in there and refurbished everyone else's facilities to the tune of roughly 2 months money, because it's easier than just working out what money to give them, because they don't do the refurbishing even if you give them the money. So it's best to actually give them something that keeps them competitive rather than just raw money. So what I'll do at the end of the season is, depending on how much they need to refurbish at the end of the season, give them their money back for their car parts that they spent, the mechanical car parts that they spent, if they've gone over the limit. They don't care about cost cap. We've been through this. It doesn't matter on that front. And obviously we take our cost cap up at the same time because the first ones don't count. I think depending on where this goes and how the series goes, if we start ending up in a financially good position because of the prize money coming in, then we might start still charging the first ones, but not necessarily cost capping the first ones. We'll see where that goes. We'll try and find the balance with it, because I don't want it to be too easy on that front, even if we are technically being cheated out of stuff. I think it's because obviously first year was particularly difficult financially because of the way that it's set up. However, we have Austria, we have Silverstone, and we have Spa. Now, Silverstone on this calendar has reminded me about special liveries because that's where we did one last year. I'm tempted to not do special liveries until we get to a point in this series where we're just doing checkpoint check-ins, because then I can do a full race again properly rather than just rushing through them as I am right now with 3 of them per episode. If I do it, I may do it for the United States one later in the year, but I don't really know what to do on that front in terms of special liveries, because it's always fun to do one, whether we just do it for a singular sprint race or a full batch of 3. I'll make that decision by the time we get to that. Thankfully, that is still about a week away, at least minimum, recording wise. Speaking of, on the weather, can't put it off any longer, so apologies. Good news, people are happy now because we have put that money back into refurbishing our own facilities, and we're still basically only 6 million better off than we were before I gave myself the money for prize money and the car parts that we put in Zane's car last time out. That's still effectively just bringing us back to status quo in refurbishing everything. That's kind of shows you where the money balance is, and the situation, what happens if you don't put that money back in yourself. We are literally just refurbishing everything to get it back to where it was, apart from the team hub, which we are upgrading, and these two, which don't cost anything actually. So they're about 2 million combined, and that's 2.2. So it's only 4 million on actual upgrades. These refurbs are about 6 combined. We were already doing the wind tunnel. The other two I've just started now because they were getting a bit low. Now, calendar-wise, underfloor and suspension do come in before Spa. We won't get them manufactured before Spa because I'm pretty certain underfloor is a 10-day job. Suspension, we might get 1 in, so we won't see the benefits of that until Hungary, for sure. We do have a regulation vote after this, which last time was the immediately shut down reduction of engine parts allocations, where everyone voted against it, sensibly. So we'll find out what that is this time round. But first, Austria. By the way, people got to the bottom of this current overall ranking bug. Apparently, it doesn't actually factor in the weight into it. So we would be the 21st car if we hadn't put weight reductions into our parts. Apparently, that's what it's based on. And because that says 21st, this is what this is based on. So thank you for that bug, because it's the only thing keeping us afloat at the moment. But apparently for Austria, we'd be 9th and 10th rank on the grid-wise. I think that just said. So 4-point scores in a row. Don't forget we've got the long-term objective of 12-point scores in a season. A little irritating we started at round 8. So we've got to make it really work in the second half. But anyway, Austria. I didn't know what to think about their first laps, but times are flying in now. I suspect some people have had bad laps, notably Sainz, who goes fourth. Well, my attempt at drafting Mick behind Maloney has immediately fallen apart by people going past them. I think the good news is he was passed by someone who was on a flying lap, so we're not going to get in the way of anyone, I don't think. I think the RB behind, annoyingly, is going to be on a flying lap, and because it's such a short lap, even pushing the tyres immediately doesn't get them up to temperature, despite how warm it is here. It's warmer here in Austria than it was in Spain. We'll watch Mick go around and be attacked by an RB, I imagine, but the RBs are 6 and 8, so they don't need anything. Our saving grace there was the Alpine of Magnussen, absolutely ruining the RB, who may have actually been on a flying lap now looking at him. Also, shout out to Hamilton and doing whatever they are with that McLaren, but Piastri's 13th. Oh god, did he just mug Piastri off? We'll go back to Mick, who hasn't done a faster first sector. That middle sector might have been compromised by the Ferrari. I think the Sauber may go in the way as well. Mick's in the drop zone. All of a sudden, he needs a really good sector 3. Maloney goes 7th. That's okay. Mick, I need you to do the... He was pushing, by the way, in case you just saw the flash of everything being on conserve. That's what happens when you finish the lap after the checker flag. Right, Mick, we need to have a talk here. Why have you got a penalty? Just going to throw it out there. I did just put Mick's last engine in. I don't think he's going to need one, but I could certainly give him it. Q2 seems real competitive. Gasly's doing a 3rd lap in Q2, I think, because he was behind, now he's ahead, and now he's got outlap. So, odd. Hauger behind, Ricciardo behind. Flying lap now, perhaps? If he was, he's been absolutely mugged off there. Ricciardo's just been absolutely mugged off. I wonder if that's what happened to Mick. Might have needed to deploy him sooner there to carry him around that corner. Yeah, Ricciardo's going to be out. I think, yeah. I wonder if that's what happened to Mick, because I didn't see it, but he did catch a Ferrari in that area and a Sauber. I wonder if that's why he didn't improve at all. Because obviously we had pace in the car. I know there's fine margins here because it's such a short lap, but I am slightly worried we're catching an Aston Martin in exactly the same place. Please be on a flying lap. Bottas is an in lap. In fact, he's in. So that is Drogovic ahead. Okay, we're fine. Pocher and Albon are sorted. So Maloney doesn't need to find much here. And he has gone faster. Drogovic goes 10th first. Maloney goes 8th. That's plus 666. The devil's in the details. Ricciardo's done, but all 3 of these are still coming. Hulkenberg only goes 14th. Hulkenberg's actually in Q2. Well done, Hulkenberg. Gasly next. Hauger's still coming, but that's fine because there's only 2 people to finish and they can't go faster. Gasly's 13th though. That's, I mean, probably 14th by the time Hauger, sorts himself out there. But Albon out. And Maloney consistently ahead of Russell so far this qualifying session is terrifying. And he won't have any clean softs for the race now because we're going to have to run him on them. I'm always tempted to run him on 2 used and keep the soft for the race because it's only going to be a matter of 9th or 10th, I think. So, and in fact, I am going to play tactical and do just that because if I remember rightly, Austria's fastest is a 2-stop. So having a soft to burn early, getting an undercut early, might be the play with 2 mediums. Going to find himself with a nice pocket here as well. Deploy from here, get the speed into these corners. Obviously, you drop it a bit there, but do we just go for a wander at turn 1? Tsunoda at 9. Oh, behind. But the prediction did say the car was 9th and 10th this weekend, so almost myth this isn't a sprint weekend then. Because we could have nicked one if someone had a problem. Even though these aren't perfect tyres, they are better than the ones we did the original laps on, so there's really no excuse to go slower on them, even if it is a marginal gain. Verstappen goes 3rd. I must say he had his home track, kind of, but no, he's not even in the Red Bull anymore, is he? Sainz only 4th of their home track. Well, sorry, those are used tyres, and Russell is finished. Well, the gamble works, really, because Hauger's found pace here. Fittipaldi's slower, and Tsunoda's there, so he must have had the issue on his flying lap, because he was right behind us originally, so he's done. Maloney starts 7th, and banking those fresh tyres was the play. I really wish I knew what the penalty for Mick was. Why? It's worth noting this penalty didn't exist before Q1, because I saw on the Q3 times that Paul Aron and Pourchaire had a penalty for his assassination attempt. Don't know if Paul Aron picked up a penalty in the race or if that's just engine parts. I mean, so realistically, there's zero reason for me not to do this now, because the game's weirdly messing me over. In fact, Mick's got 2 softs. Why does he not use 2 softs? Why is that slower? Because he just about runs out of them. He's got 2 mediums though, so I feel like soft, medium will be faster, even though he's telling me it'd be about 1 or 2 seconds slower depending on the strategy. With Zaman only especially being able to full push that first soft, and the only soft he's got left, he's still got 2 mediums he can use at a sensible rate because his control, because he's enthusiastic right now, his smoothness is off the chart. It'd be 98 or something stupid like that. So he can do something ridiculous, which Mick can't, strategy-wise. I'm always tempted to start not taking as much out as well, because I feel like it, as much as it is useful at the beginning of the race, I feel like it hurts my just hurts me mentally as the race goes on and everyone equalises. But can't take that many out here anyway. Well, yeah, if you're going to move a penalty anyway, I'll just add to it. Thank you very much.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action. And as the cameras turn to the Williams driver, you have to wonder what they can manage here.
Starting in 20th, the points are a long way off. Can they get a good start here and push for a respectable finish?
But remember, anything can happen in Formula One. It's the race we've all been waiting for. It's the Austrian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
I see hard runners ahead of Zane Maloney, who we should really focus on at the start of this. Valtteri Bottas was on a soft on the left, and there's people being forced off already. That's a terrible start for Hauger. And sure, Daniel. Actually, no, was that Piastri? That was the pole sitter. As the ghosting issue continues, I do apologise for that. It seems to be especially bad here. We actually get the replay for that. Yeah, 3 drivers just went wide for some reason. That might be a bug, but we're not going to complain. What is Piastri doing? He's off the track again. Nightmare. In fact, we get the replay from Mick overtaking. In fact, we get the replay from Mick on Piastri. There's Piastri on the left. There's actually another overtake involved in that. That wasn't just Piastri. That was the Alpine too, which I presume to be Kevin that far back. Sorry, Aaron. Get my teams mixed up. Maloney's 4th, by the way. Focused on the race leader and championship leader behind Mick here. Right, we're given that its due. So back to Maloney, who is 4th. Behind Leclerc, Bottas and Sainz, the only 3 remaining front runners. Gasly's 9th. It would be genuinely hilarious if Hamilton was in the only team not to score a point. Gasly's not staying 9th, let's be real. Sorry, what happened to the Leclerc there? It's not the replay I want, but we'll pay attention to it. Piastri's on the inside. Pourchaire's pushed off. That might be a bug. It seems too common. Well, that was the highlight for overtaking Pourchaire, but he also got Sargent for good measure. I want the replay. We kind of just saw that one. I want this one. I know there were hard runners at the start there, and Verstappen and Hauger were hard runners, and I think they were the casualties of that early forcing offing. Bottas is leading. Let's just mind that one, actually. Albon does fastest lap. Oh, you're going to be out of ERS here, big time, mate. Bring tyre temperatures down. In fact, you just need to bring it down full stop. I mean, Mick making moves early on here. His confidence is going to be superb having started last. I just hope he doesn't get stuck in a back and forth here. Because next man on road is Max Verstappen. Both drivers couldn't be really that much more peak if they tried. That is Sargent falling to the very back, as that's what, yeah. Bear in mind, he's got 100 cornering regardless, I think, doesn't he? Right now, because of the enthusiastic nature behind everything. But yeah, Sam Maloney's acting like a 90 rated driver here. He may just be overtaken by Leclerc if he's not careful, but he does get him. How is Mick Schumacher not in peak condition right now? Oh, because Piastri overtook him. Right, okay. That cost him from there to there, the championship leader overtaking him from 16th. Please introduce context to confidence. Please. As Maloney on Sainz? Is that no DRS for Sainz, or is there DRS on Sainz as well there? I can't tell. How far behind him the other driver was he? I feel like because Leclerc got through as well, that he must not have. Folks, I think we're about to witness something here. He's not even pushing these, by the way. Oh, never mind. Yeah, we're about to witness him being forced off the track is what we're about to witness. Get back in, DRS, mate. Never mind. Oh, sorry, Bottas just got absolutely shoved off there as well. What is going on with this racetrack? Norris gets Schumacher. No, he doesn't. There we are, going back again. Right, so we're about... Don't go on the outside, mate. Just don't go on the outside. That's where you get pushed off. You can go back on aggressive, though, here. That's fine. Let sides through. But then overtake Bottas yourself, please. Nope. Okay, never mind. Third time's the charm. Verstappen's locked up. And there goes Helga, who picks up on-the-floor damage for the 80th time this season. I'm losing track of this race, if I'm completely honest. I don't know where to look. Oh, Gasly's 11th. That's such a shame. Someone else has just dropped right through there. That's Porsche. I just feel like at any given moment, any driver could be pushed off the track here and to the back of the grid. Sargent's still going. Verstappen's got Mick back. Unsurprising. Maloney's still not got Leclerc or Bottas, so that's fine. But he comes in early than both of them, I imagine. What's the to leader here? Because he's within a second of the leader, so we're looking to 20 seconds. It would be back at the grid if he... Sorry, we've just got 3 at the front here. Lee's just fought sights off Maloney. No, that's fine. Lose the position instead. Albon's right there. Mick, I'm just going to need you to either follow Verstappen up to Ricciardo or just give up entirely. This is mad. Why does Maloney keep ending up being the victim here? Albon's got through him again. Maloney's got back through Albon, though, there. I can't watch every single highlight and be here all day. I've got to get 3 races in here and a sprint. Leclerc does fastest lap at the front. I'm just surprised nobody's managing to get past Bottas here. Or Sainz. Mick, just stay behind him. Stop overtaking him. It's only going to hurt you long term. Although Norris just got Verstappen there, so that might be a change in the proceedings. No DRS for Valtteri Bottas this time round as we cause all sorts of... How are you on low confidence? Oh, I see what's happened. Norris, Verstappen, Hulkenberg, Hamilton all ahead of Mick. He's been shoved off the track, hasn't he? Just get a bit of pace back in here, Mick, please. Thank you very much. Just push the tyres for a lap here, Maloney. I know you're going to overtake on one spot. I need you to get him back immediately, please. I just need you to get the confidence of defending against Helga here. He's on a hard tyre. If you could fend him off, that would be great, mate. Good work, Mick. Good work. Ross has developed a fault. Just drive enough away from him. You might have to let it happen, actually, at some point here, because we're going to get stuck otherwise. Oh, good fending, good fending. Going to have the drive here, though. Maloney's dropped Albon. In fact, actually, it's 4 seconds back to Magnussen here behind Helga, who's got back in a DRS train that goes to Verstappen. Recover a bit of your fuel here, Mick, because you'll just tag along at the back of this now. So Maloney tries to get Bottas and fails at the other end of the proceedings. Tyres are a bit hot here, mate. I'm going to presume this is Verstappen and Helga, somehow, who is not attacking him right now. Right, so it's not Verstappen and Helga that come together. Helga already had on-the-floor damage. It was Verstappen and Hulkenberg that came together. It's just a yellow flag, wasn't it? Full send, Maloney. Full send. You stay in this DRS train. What's the other tyre situation on the soft runners? This lap or next? I believe you're next lap, right? Oh, Verstappen has a mechanical fault to go with his aerodynamical fault, as Mick gets interested. 2.3 stop Maloney brings him out. Oh, behind Bottas, who pitted as well. As it so happens. Onto a hard, though, and way behind him, actually, for some reason. I feel like something happened here. I feel like someone pitted out of this train, because now there's a gap between both Verstappen and ahead and Mick and Verstappen. Just need you to get to the next lap. Full send, come off. Conserve. He's going to get overtaken by Maloney before he even pits. Or taken out entirely. His tyres are the problem, so that's fine. Coming in anyway, so Mick's out of this, basically. That's fine. We'll just see him on recover, make sure he gets to the end of the race, fuel-wise now, because he's going to be in a lapping situation going forward. Although he has got to Magnussen. Verstappen might retire out of this race, actually, looking at him. 27 laps in, worth looking at Maloney again, who's gone into Helga's DRS range, who may not have pitted off a hard tyre from the start of the race, so yep, that's the situation. I mean, despite Mick coming off there, he's still only 1.5 seconds behind Verstappen once he pits with his fault, so he might get him back shortly. Drugovich has now got a fault. That's serious. They're all kicking off now. But Maloney has pitted and is 10th, which, considering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars ahead of him haven't pitted, or Helga for that matter, who he's just overtaken. What's the to leader? 24 seconds. And Piastri and Fittipaldi are 7 seconds behind. Can we not fight a hard-running, very used tyres? Helga, please. Sorry, we need to watch this. Is it both Williams? No, it's an Alpine and Williams. It's Paul Aaron. Seems about right. That was arguably the greenest driver versus the least green driver in Hamilton, who has seriously hurt himself in that process. That's missing half a wing. Aaron gets the penalty. There's a surprise. So Mick did get Verstappen, who is only 0.4 behind now. Kind of need you to drive away here, Mick, a little bit, if you can. Mick is dragging Verstappen, who doesn't seem to be able to make an inroad on him. And as soon as I say that, that is always the trigger for them to actually do something. Every time. Always the trigger. What's your confidence like now? Still in the toilet. So easy to lose it. Right, people are pitting now ahead of Maloney, and he is driving through them. So we're back up to 4th. This is such a crazy race. Yep, simple as you like. Djokovic hasn't pitted yet. I think that's Piastri behind who has. Oh, that's quite good then. Anyone ahead of who still hasn't pitted off a hard? Oh, that's actually Ricciardo behind him. Piastri somehow managed to come out ahead despite... He must have built up a gap somehow. So the 3 ahead are on schedule. So Maloney is net 4th now, but does have Ricciardo behind. So we might be looking at a 5th here for Maloney. But Mick, I need you to get somewhere here. Verstappen's somehow driving away from me, despite the fact that he's seriously wounded. I mean, Mick's 100% lapped here, isn't he? So probably okay on fuel. We entered his pit window. Oh, that's crazy. Ricciardo did overtake. Oh, Leclerc came through as well. As has Fittipaldi all of a sudden. That actually has surprised me. We are having to recover fuel quite heavily here on Zane, just because I don't think he's going to get to the end. He's not going to be lapped, that's for sure. He's only 20 seconds behind the leader. Mick is still yet to get back into Verstappen's DRS, although he will do this lap briefly. Yes, there we go. It's the lap that Mick was about to pit on anyway. Oh, we just got a VSC after Maloney's pitted. Oh, it's Albon that's out. I don't know if we pitted under a VSC there or not, or if this is just very unfortunate timing. Yeah, that's... I kind of want to see if we were coming out of the pits there, or... Well, I suppose not, because we were behind him, weren't we? So great time for Mick to come in, although Porsche and Verstappen do the same. So I think there's a few people here who have definitely been past the pits who could have pitted, particularly Bottas on 51% hards. Leclerc, Piastri, Fittipaldi definitely are going to end on those hards. Hauger's definitely going to pit again, and he didn't pit for some reason. Kind of wasted Maloney, really, because he's been recovering this entire time, and then there's a VSC. The good news is Mick is thoroughly lapped at this point. He's lapped up to Hauger, bizarrely. He's only... no. Is it Leclerc? No, it's Leclerc. It's up to Leclerc that's lapped him. Still got Fittipaldi, Ricciardo, and Hauger behind. In fact, Fittipaldi and Hauger not too far behind him at this stage. But Mick's on brand new mediums and might actually be able to unlap himself depending on who's ahead of him. That's Max. If he can get to that Ferrari's DRS, so it's Leclerc on 79% hards, which we know we're capable of actually sort of matching. Get those mediums up to temperature, take them off. Another yellow flag. I think it might be people in our fight. No, it's definitely not our fight. That's Piastri and Bottas in 2nd and 3rd, I assume. Hell of a recovery from Piastri. So many people wounded in some shape or fashion. So the gap to Hülkenberg is 2.6. Brand new mediums for Mick Schumacher here. Well, Verstappen did the same, didn't he? I forgot about that. That's it. Destroy Verstappen's race, force him into people that are about to lap him as well, which is going to be even better. That's Hülkenberg dealt with and forced off the track. His fuel doesn't matter. He can go to -1 without any issues. He's been lapped by that many people. 15th. Then it's Gasly, who is 3.4 on hards. Porsche is on the same strategy essentially at this point, so he'll be slightly more difficult to catch, 9 more seconds there. Sonoda's not too far off strategy-wise, but I don't know if he'll get to the end, considering Mick's not on those. Bottas and Ricciardo do still pit. They still come out ahead of Maloney, actually, so bit depressing. Ricciardo comes out on a soft, 20 laps to go. Hauger's going to have to pit, and he's only a couple of seconds ahead of Maloney. I was trying to work out why we weren't making inroads on Gasly. It's because he's being dragged around by Leclerc. Well, damn. I forgot about his fuel. Just bins it in 10.
And makes contact with the wall.
Sorry, that is the worst crash I've ever seen on F1 Manager. He turns the wrong way. He was turning right, and then for some reason the car turned left. Do I get to watch that again? Watch this from aboard. He's turning right, and the car oversteers to the left. F1 Manager, I back you against certain criticisms. That is appallingly bad. That offends my physics degree. Not getting points for that either. Money for that. Alright, save sights that. I think we may be stuck in 7th. Hauger's 17 behind, Maloney can't keep up with the ones ahead. I think Sainz will win this just because he pitted on softs under that safety car. So, he should easily clear Piastri here and then drive away, I imagine. With damage, I don't know if Piastri could even hold on. Actually, well, they were like 40%. Yeah, they were quite low there. Probably about to 4 laps to go. Probably make a couple of little bits of inroad into Fittipaldi, but we'll get it under 10 seconds. That's probably about it. Although Maloney might lap Verstappen if we have enough laps here, which is fun. No, don't retire him before he has his mechanical... He's got a fault. We're about to lap him. Oh, is it ERS? I think it's ERS because he hasn't retired. Maloney laps Verstappen. That's fun. Okay, it's worthwhile. This race is worthwhile for something then. Who are the 2 pointless teams? Sauber and Williams, right? So Porsche next. Oh, Norris gets some as well. Still on the lead lap. Where did they lap up to? Norris. There's a yellow flag on the final lap. Is it Russell? No, it was Verstappen, who is out up there. Verstappen retires on the final lap. I must feel a little bit sorry for Norris because he was so close to being lapped at the end there. He's got to go all the way around again, even though he's got nothing to play for. Just over 7 seconds to Fittipaldi in the end. That arguably is our best result. We got 7th last race. I know there was obviously many contributing factors for this one, but that's our best result. We're 7 seconds off the Red Bull. Like, we're in a totally different fight this race. You can talk about all the other things like Russell and Verstappen having mechanical issues. No, it couldn't, Crofty. He's had another one of those days. But he started 7th, then did 7th, remarkably. Like, we were a completely different race this time around. I didn't even take that much fuel out either. We're only -4 this kilograms-wise. We're only -4. So we didn't have that much of a differential at the start. Poor Mick. Technically, he actually went up a place. 6 more points. We are 1 point behind RB now. It looks like Alpine and Haas have got a fight on their hands as well. We get both. Mick had a 2.2. Didn't see that. Both cars in DHL. That's 16 points. Again, so solidifying 6th. Was the best one was the first one both times. That's annoying. So I put in the new engine parts. They're going to be damaged immediately. Hey! One of our other drivers hit 70. Car versus teammate's car. Oh, that'll be because of Christ. Oh, right. So I put in brand new ones and then destroyed them entirely. Total failure. A bit harsh, but I think we'll be fine on engines, provided he doesn't do that again. But might be fine on gearboxes if he doesn't do that again. It's only the ERS, I think, that both cars might be in danger of. So what is this? Taking away the fastest lap bonus point. Oh, so he actually does get unhappy for missing practice. I didn't know that was a thing. Performance versus teammate is sad, though. Unfortunately, Mick's having a little bit of a compounding issue with his mentality. Also, why are you not gelling faster? It's been half a season. How are you still on low? Like, I get not being on great, but how are you still on low? 27 weeks you've been paired. How is that? How have you not got off low here? He's even got 89 communication. Right, can't go worse. Silverstone does seem to be, on occasion, a case of who gets hindered the least. So as we prepare for flying runs here, 9th and 10th quite safely and close together, 9th and 10th. 2 Ferraris directly ahead of us, but there are big players in the form of Fittipaldi from Q1 realistically should be getting through. Drogovic should be getting through. Tsunoda should be getting through. Piastri on the bubble should be getting through. Bottas, of course, in 13th behind also probably should be ahead. Meanwhile, in the reverse of that, Porsche is up in 5th, which is ridiculous for them. 2 Mercs showing strongly. I think even Sainz was in danger, may have done a second run already. Yeah, judging by those wear rates, both Verstappen and Sainz have run again already. So, indeed they have. Hulkenberg seemingly has gone again already. As has Drogovic, actually, so he might be out. Yeah, he is on an in-lap. And I was not paying attention to Maloney, but he should be fine. Maloney has started his lap, and I have hindered him. So that is on me, realistically. Wasting good tyres for no reason. But yeah, Tsunoda flying lap, Fittipaldi flying lap, Hamilton probably not getting out of Q1 with that, Williams flying lap, Aaron, same deal, flying lap. Gasly on an in-lap, Piastri on a flying lap, Sargent, and Magnussen on a flying lap. Bottas is on an in-lap. Okay, Tsunoda only goes 16th. I think we're fine. If Maloney hasn't improved, I might just bring him in because there's no real point. Fittipaldi only goes, well, that's 5 people definitely behind, and I'm not expecting Aaron to go faster. It's too late to call him in now, I think, though. It's just slightly annoying that he's the next one across the line. Maloney goes 7th. He actually improves despite the fact I ruined him in Sector 1. Mick, coming around the final corner, in 10th as was, goes 5th. Right, okay. Piastri goes top. Okay, so we are 2nd off the pace. Piastri's respective there. Okay. So Tsunoda's definitely out, which is a shock. Drogovic is last, which is... Someone just moved up the order there. Didn't see who. I think it might be Magnussen who moved into 14th. Super Zane, right now... It's now lab, Mick, you're all right. Thank you, Mick, anyway. But Super Zane, which is what I wanted to say right now, has 2% better tyres than Mick starting this session. That's just 2 flying laps worth of usage, so 6 laps total. No, actually, that's only 3 laps here at Silverstone, isn't it? Because it's 1 flying lap he's done on these tyres previously. And incredibly, because of traffic, I can assume Mick has actually gone faster than Maloney here, despite the tide and spinning. But yeah, once again, in this game of who gets hindered the least, Helga, Bottas, Verstappen at the very back, despite being near the very top previously. 5 seconds, that's insane. Maloney is the one Maloney's the one in danger, but I'm still drafting Mick behind because I think Maloney has the most potential. Enthusiastic, peak condition, super smoothness, and just 83 rated to begin with compared to Mick's 78. So realistically, we're looking for a lack of things in our way. The 2 Mercs look like they're moving, and both are on 94% tyres, so I think they are. So I don't think we're going to get any problems from these two Mercs. Is there anything further ahead that looks like it isn't going? No, I think everyone's on a flyer. Everything seems to be moving at a good pace, so I think we are good for these laps. Maloney on brand new tyres, slower. Testing my patience. I don't know how that's even possible. Mick's still in 9th. Ricciardo, Piastri, Sainz, Bottas, Fittipaldi and Hauger are all finished. Leclerc's on track. I don't know if he's actually done his lap and just crossed the line ahead of time. Albon goes 10th. Only pushes Porsche out. Russell goes 5th. That pushes Mick down to 10th. Verstappen goes 10th. That pushes Mick to 11th. That's a bad lap from Verstappen, actually, considering. Mick Schumacher. Maloney only goes to 12th. Mick goes back to 10th. I'm looking at the wrong... Actually, I'm looking at the right person because Maloney's out. Porsche's still on the flying lap. Porsche! No! Oh, at least we get some soft tyres. Good lap from Porsche. To be fair, he did say 13th, 14th, I think, at this track, specifically. Not as good here. It is a bit more of a power track, Silverstone, and we're not good top speed-wise, that's for sure. We're making friends with Max Verstappen this week. Aggressive 2-stop, they're saying, for Mick, and a cautious 1-stop for Maloney. That's curious. It is a long pit stop here, so it does feel like less pit stops would be more beneficial, but I don't know if that's the right play. Actually says 2 stops faster for Zane if I do that, so I think I'll bear off doing that with Mick, pitting early as well. Going aggressive early on, pitting as early as I possibly can with him. Feels counterintuitive that a 2-stop is faster at Silverstone, but off we go.
The anticipation is really building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing with excitement. And with his helmet on, that trademark smile is gone. But now's the time to focus.
It's a promising position for them starting in P3. They'll be looking to make the most of the slipstream.
And it looks like we're good to go. Hold on tight. It's the British Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
For the benefits of a British Grand Prix, the first British driver is only 6th. Now 5th, because he's gotten Hauger, but Hamilton in 20th, Norris in 10th now. He went backwards out of the top 10 there. Was Norris always in the top 10? If Norris was 9th when he qualified, I didn't notice that originally, because that's a really good start from them. Both drivers struggling to make places off the start, however. Yeah, Lando started 9th. Great qualifying from him. Seems to be a relatively sedate first lap. Ricciardo has got Piastri. Focused on in the pre-race. He's actually gone up and got past his teammate. Australian in the Australian created team, at least. Is that Magnussen? Because he is plus 0-0. It is Magnussen who's driving around the outside of the final corner and holding everyone up as a result. So staring at the back of an RB, just 2 places behind Maloney. Weirdly, everyone just stopped for him. How generous. Oh, that impedes Tsunoda and Drogovic's progress if they are. I mean, I wonder if Drogovic is suffering the same way Bottas was, because now he's presumably got a new gearbox in Bottas. I wonder if Drogovic is now suffering that one. They've got Ferrari engines in there, by the way. I did check. So apparently the threshold for gearboxes for Ferrari is 20%. Mick Schumacher up the inside of Théo Pourchaire. Now staring back at the homeboy through Cops. Might come off fuel early here, actually, because it looks quite bad, and I do need to bring these down a tiny bit. But I might just bring them down to standard for a moment here. Get the temperatures down to then bring them back up again, as we sort of tend to do. I think DRS will be strong enough here to keep us going. I don't think we'll lose that much. It's just one train from Sainz. Ricciardo's at the front and clear. I don't know what they put on that fresh softs, I guess, is the only explanation there. With all of this batch are on mediums. And Norris is a bit of a cork in the bottle. He has dropped off Fittipaldi. But Mick can't make a move work just yet. Has to fend off Porsche, which gives him a bit of confidence in the process, so thanks for that, Teo. Now, did Norris get DRS? He did not get DRS. That's a fun camera angle, even if it was a bit bad in terms of moves. Gasly has a mechanical fault. That's unfortunate for them. But Maggots and Beckett's, can we get DRS this time and make it work? Yes, we can. Mick Schumacher goes around the outside. And we bring that aggression back up again now. Around the outside of Lando Norris. Apologies to the home fans. He's on a medium tyre as well. If there's any consolation for the British home fans there, that I am a British team, essentially employing a German driver with a Barbadian and overtaking a British driver on track in the race as Maloney gets Porsche. We missed that highlight. I didn't react in time. I did put Abby Pulling in for one of the practice sessions, well, the first one, of course. The only one you're allowed to. I did put Abby Pulling, a British driver, in the car in practice. kind of wish we were dropping Norris a little bit more than we were. But at the same time, I'm kind of hoping Norris has more thinking going on backwards than he does forwards, as that's a pack of cars in front. Only 2 seconds up the road. I think if anything, Mick's actually helping drag this batch to that batch right now. Because they're fighting each other, slowing themselves down. Mick's building about 6 or 7 tenths before DRS zones happen, which only brings Norris back into play. Piastri's having a struggle here. I wonder if his car's broken, because he can't keep up with Leclerc, and Leclerc can't keep up with Daniel Ricciardo. Actually, mind you, Leclerc's on mediums, isn't he? In fact, Hauger's gone through him now. Is there something wrong with... Nothing obvious. Norris has a serious mechanical fault instantaneously as he overtakes Mick. Logic. Right, so I need to get Mick through Norris here because he's now holding people up again. We've lost a second to the pack ahead. Right, we're through. Hauger has a serious fault now. Why is Norris fighting? What is his fault? What's Hauger's out of curiosity as well while we're here? ERS. Okay, so that's not much of a problem. Oh, it's Norris. It's ERS for both of them. Not gonna drop Norris out of DRS just yet, I don't think, but will be for the next one, I suspect. Please fight more, Verstappen and Norris. Please fight more. Norris's fault causing problems now. Right, Mick, follow Verstappen. Maloney, don't fight him. He's going to pit before you. Both cars are actually through Verstappen, remarkably. It's weird that we've got 3 faults and they're all serious now. So I think Maloney's got 2 more laps before he needs to pit. Decent stop. I think that's actually going to be a good spot for him to come out in, because there's going to be Aaron to fight, I think. Like, almost immediately, but comes out between Drogovic and Aaron. So it gives them the opportunity to warm up those tyres. We'll just go aggressive to get them up and hopefully not get Drogovic in DRS immediately. That's not quite happened, unfortunately. Right, simple, straightforward overtake on Drogovic on Mick, though, so it didn't cost him too much time. So Mick should get him back straight away now that he's up to temperature, because he's on old softs that should go off. So within a lap, I think, he'll get past him. Well, Drogovic is closing on Aaron, so I think Drogovic is just going for it now as his tyres are burning off. So pay attention to Maloney, because this might be an undercut. Decent stop, similar stop. Around pits, actually, so no point pushing him now. Maloney gets an undercut. That makes no sense. Now, the fun bit here is, of course, that Mick is scheduled to do this on regular, whereas Maloney's scheduled to do this on push. So this should help Maloney drag Mick around for the rest of this stint. Verstappen yet to pit. He did not push those softs at all, which is crazy. As a result, Verstappen comes out behind Hauger, who has a serious problem, who I think also pitted and came out behind our guys, onto hards. So I think are they one stopping soft to hard? I did consider that. I was too busy looking backwards. I didn't realise we'd caught someone going forwards. Maloney's aggression has got him up to Russell. Has Russell pitted? Yeah, he's pitted onto brand new soft, so he's slow getting them up to temperature. You'll get Maloney back immediately, don't get me wrong, but interesting we caught the other Mercedes in stint 1. As Leclerc, Fittipaldi and Bottas all pit as well now. And I think we're not going to be too far off them, if not past them. In the case of Bottas, that first round of pit stops has put us right in it. If we get a well-timed safety car, or frankly any safety car at this point, that'll put us on better tyres than all of them. Mind you, they're on soft, so they'll all pit as well. I think we've pulled a blinder here, by accident almost. So Maloney's just lost DRS on Russell/Fittipaldi, which will help Mick fend off Bottas and Verstappen, because he's staying with him, thankfully. Just enough, I think. Oh no, he may have just dropped him. Just play the team game for a few corners here, Zane. Just play the team game for a few corners. Slow right down, Zane. Slow right down. Right, I think you're good. I think you're good. Oh, yellow flag. I don't think I'm approaching a crash, Matthew. Oh yeah, what a crash. I'm so glad you gave me the warning there. It is right in front of us, actually, though, in fairness. It's only a couple of seconds up the road. Right, Zane goes back on aggression. Oh, it's working perfectly to keep Bottas and Verstappen behind. This is wonderful work. Just allowed Mick to stay in DRS there on the previous lap, which has kept him in it fairly consistently now. I might need to push him a little bit through the bits in between here, just to make sure he stays in range. Within 3 tenths, maybe. He seems to struggle in the end of it. So actually, I think through this section he's okay. I think it's between this DRS and the next one is where he's actually having more of a problem. Yeah, it's through those few corners there. Try not to make him 9 tenths behind, preferably. This is a rare occasion where I'm actually going to properly micromanage and just try not to talk through it too much for your benefits. But I'm just trying to keep Mick in DRS. I think it feels fairly self-explanatory. Of course, the second I say that, Bottas actually does get through. And will immediately fight Maloney, I think. Just briefly push him. Well, I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting that from Zane, of all people, who, as you remember, has 100 control. Still has 100 cornering, because he's on 98 to begin with, or something, 99 to begin with. I think he might be on 100 anyway, regardless. Oh, so actually, tyre-wise, what's that done for you, mate? Bring the tyre temps down. Come off that. Mick's still in the points, and comfortably so, though. I've deployed him to keep him in range, which he has done so far. Fortunately, Max Verstappen's done the fastest lap of the race, which means Mick's no longer in DRS, and I can't really do anything about that anymore, other than just try and conserve the rest of this fuel for the time being, and hope the recovery rate for the rest of this race will be enough to get him a kilogram once we get to that level. I'm happy to sit on -1. Ah, so he did take a chunk out, but he was actually running ahead of his... Sorry, did Sainz pit? Is that what's happened? Yeah, Sainz has just pitted. This is one of those irritating phases where the confidence system really needs a context to it, because right now Mick should have 0 confidence drop from Sainz overtaking him. So it's going to happen, and there's nothing he can do about it. Right, so Maloney comes in this lap. Mick's actually only a couple of laps away still. We did a really good pit stop there. I didn't see what it was, but it took us to second. And Maloney does this last stint on 4. As does Mick, actually. We come up behind Pourchaire there, who I think has pitted recently, and Bottas. But Maloney's doing this on a medium tyre on a 4. Mick's obviously not pitted yet. Verstappen's yet to pit again. Piastri's yet to pit again, but Piastri's not in our race, let's be honest. Mick's only a second behind Fittipaldi all of a sudden again as well. Oh, because they pitted again. Right, okay. That's actually depressing, though. They managed to get an entire pit stop in that second stint on our drivers somehow. I'm trying to think when Mick's going to feed out here. Will he get ahead of Pourchaire still? I think he might. Mick could be on for a very solid point here, because he's going to come out ahead of Pourchaire or alongside Pourchaire with better tyres on a better strategy. Doesn't matter. Never mind. We'll take that off. Pourchaire did the fastest lap. Of course he did. Why wouldn't he do? 12 laps to go. Maloney's in the fight, or was in the fight anyway. Mick, can you catch Pourchaire, please? Oh, actually, I just realised. Mick might be on don't fight teammate still. Right, Maloney, I need you to get Pourchaire. And soon. Get Pourchaire and drop Pourchaire, please, Maloney. Pourchaire's got a fault, Mick. Catch him. 4 laps to go. Don't need fuel. Now drive away from him, Mick. Drive away. Get yourself a point, Mick. While our cars are seemingly reasonably good and people are falling apart, get yourself a point, Mick. Stop Pourchaire getting a point every race, it seems like. Just drop him out of a second as quickly as you can. There we are. That's half a second. That's 9/10. That's 1 full second there, Mick. Well done, mate. Well done. I'll let you get into like 1.2 and then I'll take you off deploy. Because I'm not having you on DRS on this back straight here, Pourchaire. Old buddy, old pal. I don't even care the fact that Maloney is fighting Leclerc ahead from 8th. A very wounded Leclerc, although Hauger exists. Oh no, Hauger exists. How much tyres have you got? You might be right. The good news is both Hauger and Pourchaire are very damaged. Oh, I was about to say they were fighting each other. So Maloney is a full second behind Leclerc, but I think he can get him eventually. Maloney's back in DRS. Just keep Hauger outside of the DRS, mate. Just keep Hauger outside DRS, mate. I don't want anyone sniffing. Don't run out of fuel either while you're at it. Deploying the gap in between. Don't you run out of fuel either. We're about to lap Magnussen. That's depressing for Magnussen. Really help for us because he's going to kind of hinder Leclerc while he's at it. Maloney gets 8th. Mick, crucially, remains 2 seconds ahead of Hauger. Double points. We don't lap Verstappen this time. What a race he had last race. Considering he's ahead of us here by 11 seconds. How bad was his race in Austria that he was a full lap behind Maloney? What a difference a week makes. Norris 18th, having started 9th. Focusing on Fittipaldi here. Once again, our mechanics there. Our bold female mechanic. Not judging. Daniel Ricciardo won. I didn't even notice. He'll be doing a shoey on that podium, that's for sure. Australian, Spanish. Happy. It's not a mixed weekend. It's not a mixed weekend, Karoon. We both got points. We were predicted 13th, 14th on the track, specifically. They've opened the blinder there. I mean, Maloney's up 5 places, which is insane, actually. But Mick up 1, Dennis down 6. That's probably because his car was about to blow up. Crucially, again, RB with nothing. What on earth happened to Lando? 9 places. Sainz gets another 4 points. Mick gets himself on the board, but unfortunately, of course, Tea's scored another 1, and then Lando scored another 2 recently. So just making sure he's not on the zeros. And because of that, we do get RB for the first time. 6th. 2 good pit stops again. 3rd best haul. Up to 4th as the back of that. It's very tight in this McLaren Aston Martin fight. 4 very competent pit stops. 1.1. I did refund myself for mixed parts, by the way. Bogdanovic gets to 70s while we're at it. And we had feature races. Hello, hello, hello. And indeed a British winner of the F3. Of course, by the way, both our original development drivers, 2nd in their respective fields right now. That's quite funny. Bogdanovic nicked a point there. And I genuinely have no idea how we get to see... Yeah, I genuinely no idea how we get to see Formula 3's result there. So, because you can't look at historic circuits. Great. Once again, everyone went, stop trying to change the sport, you morons. I don't know if this is a bug that this one's always being voted down, because it's the same as what happened last year. for a moronic decision. But target payout now an extra %. Marketability is up as well. Helipad level 5. Of course, our board performance comes in now as well because it's in the wrong place. But 5 out of 12, we just got to do 7 out of 12 in the second half of this season. Another 1.5 million, which we can put into refurbishing one thing. Such a weirdly dumb low amount, isn't it? Anything else lagging behind? Not really. I'm not sure I did get myself the money back. I think I did it, and I didn't load the save. Now I've refunded myself for mixed parts, and equivalently done so with the cost cap. So it's now time for a sprint in Belgium. So because this is A, sprint qualifying, and B, Spa, it's 2 regular, normal flying laps. Which means I'll let a few people get out first, just to overtake them. It's very hot here at Spa as well, so we may not even need to push the tyres too much. A couple of people with yellow flag incidents on their lap, which is a good job. We got well clear of them. I'm going to guess Norris and Albon there. Or Sainz and Albon, I suppose it would be. Sainz going immediately again. Somehow Mick's got ahead of Maloney, despite the fact I sent Maloney out first. I'll just push them both from there so I don't have to worry about it. Both in a good place. Verstappen in the drop zone as things stand. Sainz, having gone earlier on his flying lap there, gets himself out of danger after being a minute and 18 slower than the leader. Yeah, he had a problem. But does push Mick down 1 spot to 14th, which is the one more in danger of the 2, as always. Albon, Norris and Verstappen are the 3 that concern me the most here. Aaron with a surprising 15th showing. Not too shabby there. Porsche doing right. And Hulkenberg has got himself out of the mire. He's 11th. I'm enjoying resurgent Hulkenberg. I must say I doubt my drivers are actually going faster, but they are. Got decent morale as things go. Confidence, sorry. Support to get the distinction clear there. And indeed, somebody has gone ahead there. Wait, was that Magnussen that went ahead? I think it was. Now I'm even more concerned. But it is fastest first and middles for both drivers, so less concerned now. That's a depressingly good time for Piastri. Okay, Gasly's gone 13th. There's time across the board here. It's probably robbery and is probably the track evolution here. Albon goes 6th. Yep, that pushes Mick down temporarily back to 12th. Not only still go faster, so he'll go higher. That's 8th for him. Between a Ferrari of Helga and probably the RB of Albon once Leclerc does his lap here. Oh, I'm still concerned for Mick, if I'm honest. Tsunoda last on track. Aaron's hurt himself on his lap. Sargent is fighting Verstappen. Actually, so they could have hurt each other. Not that much, though. Hamilton only goes 20th. Aaron goes 19th. Tsunoda still exists, but only Magnussen's in danger now. Porsche actually goes behind Maloney and ahead of Helga. Tsunoda does go 8th. Mick, well, I say the skin of his teeth, it was 2/10 to Magnussen, who has already done his lap, I'm pretty certain. When I was praising for doing so well originally, actually does find himself out. Leclerc didn't improve. Little bit surprised nobody's come out for the first laps here, so we'll get a clean run. We would have got a clean run if Albon hadn't absolutely binned it. So now we're going to have damaged tyres, and everyone else is going to have fresh tyres. Thank you, Albon, there for ruining that lap for us, because now we're just going to have to wait. I've paid attention this time. Track rubber has gone very low because of that incident. That's so stupid. That'll be sorted out in 10 minutes. Track rubber's gone from medium to very low. I don't think we'll get through this session, but I'm assuming this is counting out laps. I think it'll do the same with Maloney and Schumacher. Yeah, it does. The people are on track already. I mean, that just shows you how stupid it is. That the track rubber's gone very low. What is this? Like, in the grand scale of issues with this game, it's not a big one, but that's nonsensical. My one concern is we're out of sync with quite a lot of people, and there's a huge batch of people in this corner. The good news is that's Russell ahead on a flying lap. The bad news is that Tsunoda we're reaching, that's on an in lap. Really, Yuki Tsunoda? Really, Yuki? It's going to ruin both our laps. 10 seconds, impeded both drivers. 10 places, sorry, is what I meant to say. I'm not quite sure why I'm saying they've gone slower in both sectors. Obviously, that's just ruined both their laps. They're 30. They're going to be 14th, 15th. There's no two ways about it. There's no way they beat anyone. Oh, they beat Leclerc somehow. Mick nearly did it, actually. Despite that. Fresh softs. So the fresh soft that we saved from not actually doing Q3, there we'll do here, basically. Everyone's got enough wiggle room at the end of this stint. That should be all right.
Here we are, the sprint around Spa-Francorchamps. And it's lights out, and away we go.
I can only assume because there has been a Sprinter Spa in the course of F1 Manager's existence, nearly got a Football Manager there, that they still have lines in the game that they've not removed, obviously. Our drivers have gone backwards. I mean, less surprising for Maloney, who had Leclerc behind him, but more annoying that Tsunoda, the person who caused all this problem, and probably should have started at the back because he impeded 2 drivers, This might be the first time I've actually invested in a sprint. Because I think we can get Yuki Tsunoda, I think we can get Norris, and I think we can get Drogovic. I'm just not sure about Fittipaldi. I have to deal with Porsche first, annoyingly though. Put him in his place, Mick. Thank you. Swatting in here, thinking in the business. Nicking a point in various races. Just because you got one more point than Mick. I love you, know, Mick's been dealing with a cascade of morale issues that are partially imposed by me. Not his fault that he's been so average. Entirely his fault. Drogovic is 12th. What's happened there? Everyone started on the soft, incidentally. I think Maloney can get away with... I didn't actually bother checking, but yeah, he can. Maloney can get away with a 4. He's that good. It's a pity this isn't a top 10 paying situation, but... because I think Mick could do it. Oh, that's burnt any extra time that he actually had. Fittipaldi has dropped off, so there is a fight for a point here between Mick, Norris, Tsunoda and Fittipaldi. Although Drogovic has split off there. I say there was a fight between Mick and that lot. He's gone backwards. Because of course he has. Why are you still deploying ERS 5 laps later? I thought we had a chance here. Is it confidence? Yeah, it's confidence. I don't know what Maloney's problem is, but it's confidence for Mick, that's for sure. I mean, he clearly hasn't run right. He's still ahead of Maloney. Not even going to give that the dignity of watching the replay. Right, I'm going to need to watch this. Right, Alex, what have you done here, mate? Oh. Nothing. I mean, it's the final lap, mate. Don't even bother about it. What a pointless waste of time. Oh, so I didn't even get a point in that in the end after all. Anyway, so top 4 teams. Yep. Regular qualifying does allow you to get 2 laps in Q1 at least, and do the usual formula. Traffic is an absolute monster here, though, as we saw because of the Tsunoda situation in SQ. Right, Mick, you're on the bubble. Porsche has just come in the pit behind you. He's out. And for some reason, you're having this +1 kilogram issue that Maloney had at one point last season. Don't know what that's all about, but never mind. So Maloney's top 10 here, actually. But we'll expect people to go faster again as the rubber's in this time round, and hopefully doesn't get wiped out if anyone has a problem. How dumb was that? So Porsche is done. Magnussen is done. Hulkenberg is done. Basically, the entire top 9 are done, apart from Bottas, who's going again for some strange reason. Mick, are you about to have a problem here, or are all these drivers moving? Sargent's going. Drogovic is going. Leclerc is going. They're all moving. Mick, how have you gone slower, mate? Why is Maloney the one that's improved here, Mick? He's already in 10th. That's better, Mick. Well done. I don't think I even need him to finish at this stage. 4 people guaranteed behind him, and probably Sergeant Aaron to boot, based on their injuries. We'll just see what he's capable of. 2 tenths. Ah, Mick. That's a bit unfortunate. I think the Sauber just killed him at the end there for some reason. Norris is out as well, though. Not having the best of luck, are you, Mick? Although, to be fair, it was Maloney that suffered more. Wait, Sargent got through with the damage. We'll actually get to send Maloney out before a lot of people have finished their laps here. Some very surprising ones, notably Piastri, who's about to do a lap. Ricciardo, Russell, Hauger, Verstappen, Fittipaldi, Tsunoda. They're all behind as things stand, all with massive hindrances. As you can see, the deltas. Piastri's just come out as well. Oh, he's got absolutely mugged off Piastri there. I don't know what happened, but he came up behind Maloney on the straight, and now he's suddenly about a second on track behind again. What did Maloney do there? Or Piastri do? He's recatching him now and holding him up. Do you even need to do this lap, Zane? I mean, I presume you do because everyone's got baffling deltas. I mean, I'm really hoping he gets out of the way quickly here. Piastri's not improving, that's for damn sure. Piastri could be a shock exit here. I don't know what he did, though. I think he may have got through Maloney on his flying lap, but then got hitched on one of the RBs that was on track as well at the corner. That's the only thing I can think of what's happened there. There's a Red Bull and a Mercedes basically inside each other that's just gone past Piastri on the straight as well. The other Mercedes has got past him on the straight, so that's not going to hold him up. Leclerc's done. He didn't come back out again. Is Hauger on track? He's not taking the checkered flag, so he must be on track. I think he might be inside the other Mercedes. Because it's the only place he could be, because I can see someone flickering underneath Ricciardo. So I don't think either of them are going to improve because they're fighting each other. Sainz is done. 2 people are coming around the last bend now, inside each other. That's Magnussen and Drogovic, who doesn't improve as a result, because he's inside Magnussen. Maloney did better first, slower second. There was a Sauber, which I didn't pay attention to. That could have been the problem there. Or he could have just genuinely just gone slower. Is Maloney going to improve? No, I think he got properly hitched on that Sauber then, which is a shame. Russell goes slower. Fittipaldi is terrible because he's inside the... A lot of people having problems here. Ricciardo's still inside Hauger. Tsunoda might be the only person with clean track. As was Albon, actually, as well, but he was already 4th. No, okay, he got caught on someone. Ricciardo goes 6th. Hauger goes 13th. Hulkenberg's done. What a weird session. Piastri didn't make it. Sargent's through. I'm not getting caught on anyone this time. Although I might get caught on people doing their out lap, I now realise. I think that's better than his original normal lap, so that's not too bad for Maloney. We won't have any fresh softs for the race, but we're going to give this a go. I think we managed to get Maloney into the worst place possible on track, which is directly behind Logan Sargent. Let's just see what the gap actually is. Can we see Logan Sargent? How far away is he? Enough that this could be a useful slipstream, but not a hindrance. Sargent himself could be drafting the McLaren for at least this straight. He won't be able to keep up for the full lap. This could work out, actually. Sainz is the first one to finish the lap, by the way. Leclerc and whichever Aston that is. Has one of them not come out again? There's only 9 people on track. Yeah, one of them hasn't come out again. Oh, no, they have. Because they're inside that Mercedes there. So they're not going to improve then, whichever Mercedes that was. Verstappen and Bottas. They're not going to improve then because they're fighting each other. I dare say Maloney hasn't caught Sargent, which is actually kind of worrying here. I can see how Ricciardo is pulled away. I think I called him Piastri, actually. I can see how Ricciardo's pulled away. But I can't really see how Maloney's closed in on Sargent. So I am worried this isn't much of an improvement, despite the fact that these are brand new tyres. Did Ricciardo improve? He's still third. Yeah, Maloney doesn't improve that. Oh, he does by, like, thousandths. That was worth it. Yeah, so unsurprisingly, Verstappen and Bottas don't improve. Albon only goes ahead of Sargent. All eyes on Drugovich, really, for the ones that we care about. Sainz has actually taken the checker flag already. He just hasn't admitted it. Well, I never. It's a 7th place start. Albon has a penalty. So he didn't have a penalty before. Are we getting penalties for impeding? Is that what these penalties are? Because I think they're normally 3 places, so I don't think they can't be them. These are curious decisions. How many sauces you got, Mick? 2. Okay, that's fine. But same time, come in early. Somehow it's only 9 seconds faster, but 19 faster than the 1 stop. I mean, Maloney can go absolutely berserk on this track. And Mick not really that much further off, frankly.
Well then, it's not long until we get started here, and we should be in for a tightly contested race. And we certainly know that Daniel Ricciardo's capable of bringing home a good result.
Second row of the grid lining up third. That's a really strong chance of good points or even a podium here.
Right, let's get to it then. You can hear the excitement in the crowd here at the Belgian Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
That kick Sauber in the middle of the field is very much the what is a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas meme. Maloney gains the place off the line as this time he gets Leclerc. Weird that they've lined up actually next to each other in both the sprint and the race in completely different parts of the grid. And the reverse has happened in the race to the sprint. Ricciardo's on a hard tyre and Maloney's on his inside. Problem is, so is Russell. So we'll just have to wait a little bit there, I think. Still upper place. I think Mick's upper place as well because he would have started 18th, didn't he? Oh no, penalty, Albon. Although Mick gets Norris. We'll watch that back. Before Eau Rouge. No idea what happened to Norris's pace there. Is he on a medium? I think he's on a medium. Just straight up drive and Mick going for it. So this is hell for leather, both of these stints. As Maloney has got Russell. That's just happened as well. So that's why at the end... Oh, no, not even at the end of the straight. This is through the... I don't know what the corner's called, but the sweeping bit. It's where Lance Stroll went into the wall there. That's Hulkenberg claim for Mick as well. Porsche next. See, this strategy is going to really work for me because, oh, well, he's up 2 places and his confidence is just above where it started. I was expecting that to be in very high at the very least. Already. Like, Maloney's isn't very high. Like, what's going on there, Frontier? Yeah, Maloney's not kept up with Ricciardo, who's on a hard tyre. Can't really push that fuel anymore, can we? Russell's really going for it here. Piastri's up to 7th already. That's ridiculous. He started 11th, oh, 10th, I suppose, because of Albon. Poor Logan Sargent. Would have started, did start 9th, and now he's 13th after 4 laps. Because he's broken something, and Mick's avoided it. I mean, I'm watching this back. How has Mick avoided damage here? He's right in this. Oh, it's behind, that's why. Funny, that ladder's got a very specific line for that. That's why. Pit or not, pit or allow this just to extend our strategies. Because Maloney's 5th, he'll go to the back if he pits. Both Norris and Hulkenberg are out. We'll get a bit of warning. Hulkenberg obviously gets the penalty. I am intrigued. Because no one's tyres are going to be bad, are they? They're all on like 85. I don't think anyone's going to pit. And I don't think it's beneficial. Yeah, so they don't make it on that. Staying on strategy is 12 seconds faster, so I don't think we're going to gain 12 seconds because of the traffic situation. If nobody pits, we're not going to benefit. Because he's going to lose whatever benefit he gets from pitting now under a safety car in getting past those people. 12 seconds is a lot. Sainz has come in. Why did Ricciardo come in? He's on a hard. I'm leaving Mick out there because I think this is still his. I think this is still his best strategy. Based. Or is it too late to actually bring Mick in? I just realised I could have gone medium. Yeah, it's too late. Maloney had a delayed pit stop, but he's come out 4th. I don't know exactly what went wrong here, but somehow he still ended up gaining places in the pits as the tyre changes from soft to medium. I mean, despite that, he's ended up effectively net second, which is ridiculous. So Bottas gambling and Mick gambling. Would the safety car come in this lap, do you reckon? Because they're all there now. Push everything for a lap. So it's Bottas from Mick. This is going to hurt Mick so badly confidence-wise. I wish I realised I could have done medium and brought him in because we had the gap to do double stack. We wouldn't have had an issue there. Fascinated by Albon. Is he going to the end of the race on that? That'd be an interesting strategy. I mean, as is, we're running 2nd and 4th, which is hilarious. Red flag, please, someone. To be fair, we really ought to be looking at Mick here. He's still on a soft. He's still a decent soft at that as well. And he's absolutely mugged off by Bottas, who's just gone for it, I think. Bottas leads the race again. Mick Schumacher is 2nd. Sainz then Maloney realistically in the real race behind. Ricciardo pitting off those hards hasn't actually hindered him because everyone else pitted. He's got away with that. Strange that he's actually being hounded by Ricciardo more than he's attacking Sainz, really, but Mick's actually got done by Sainz despite actually attacking Bottas. Why is Mick so slow? I don't understand this. Incidentally, I do need to move his strategy as a result of what's happened. We could probably go 1 lap later. Actually, it's probably still best to pit the lap we were tending to off the mediums because they were the ones actually going lower. Well, let me mute my microphone at some point. Piastri's through Zane Maloney post update, basically. Maloney stayed at the front. We pitted Mick. But it's, now Maloney behind the 2 McLarens and harvesting fuel as much as he can whilst he's still got access to DRS. Mick's now fighting his way back through the field and getting himself some confidence, hopefully, as a result of this. Schumacher through Albon, who's having a horrid race. Great move. Just deploy through this lot, please, because they are holding you up. Your strategy is relying on you getting places and getting confidence, which was in the toilet, apparently. All right, 2 seconds behind. Harvest while you clean up to them. Maloney, might as well just nab Ricciardo on an opportunity. Why not? Why not, mate? Do a bit of deployment to stay in Piastri's. That's gone splendidly, hasn't it? Oh, we've just got there. I don't want you to overtake... Oh, he's overtaken him. Meanwhile, despite the fact I put him on conserve fuel there, he's actually caught and passed Gasly without any problem whatsoever. Mick might actually... No, he's still in medium. Fighting this confidence system is an absolute joke. Slightly concerned he's going to make a move here and fail miserably. Nope, Mick's better than Hulkenberg, apparently. Take that, Haas. As he overtakes his former Haas teammate, Magnussen. Right, so that's a hell of a closing speed onto Hamilton and poor share for Mick. Just need you to stay in that DRS once again, Maloney, because Verstappen's on your tail now. I need you to get as many points as you can. A 4th would be insane. Please let Piastri and Ricciardo fight. No, don't let Verstappen through. That's not what I asked you to do. God's sake, game. That's Lewis Hamilton down. Poor share in the sights next. Maloney did get Verstappen back, as I thought he would do, but fortunately, I think he's fought him in an awkward place, so now he's... Yeah, now he's not going to be able to do anything about that. You're just going to have to conserve behind Verstappen instead now. Wait, Pourchaire's driven away. What? Where's Pourchaire gone? Come back, Teo. Rude. He was fighting Hamilton and then suddenly just drove away. Bottas only just now pitted off those softs. I think he has, and he's only 2.6 seconds ahead of Mick, which is incredible when you consider the difference in those 2 cars and Bottas's pace. 2 seconds, in fact. 20% worse off than tyres now, but he's got another tyre to go on to. Oh, he didn't even hold on to Verstappen. That's annoying. Right, yeah, don't lose Max, Zane. Don't lose Max. If something happens with these 2 McLarens, I want you there to capitalise, mate. Stay with him. Stay with him. Or don't stay with him. Right, so Mick's clear of Pourchaire. We can start conserving with him again. Russell has very awkwardly come out directly behind Mick, so he's going to cost him confidence. Just need to deploy to get Maloney back into DRS range again. Oh, well, you're at least going to get DRS off Sainz on your in lap there. Mick's going to be in a world of pain again because he's going to get Drugovich through and then probably Helga before he even pits. Got to take you off ERS. Schumacher's got tyres to burn, so Miles will use them. He's kind of comfortable 12th right now. Fittipaldi and Leclerc need to pit, as does Verstappen. Piastri's on a soft, so can't be pushing that. And we've caught the slow-running Fittipaldi because he's obviously on very used tyres. Are we going to get Bottas before we get Fittipaldi, or are we going to get both? What are we doing here, Zane? How's this going to work, mate? Yep, that's what I thought. The dumbest way possible. Another good pit stop for Mick. But he just come out in 16th, ahead of the Sauber, comfortably. Actually, nice, in a very nice pocket. That's almost as if we planned it. Onto a soft, and we should see him through at least this batch, I would imagine. Probably back to Tsunoda. I don't think he's going to crack top 10 with this. Maloney, how the hell have you not got past Fittipaldi in a lap? How crescent is this? For the love of God, deploy through him. Cost yourself good time there. You're now 3 seconds behind Bottas, you utter moron. Sometimes Zane is utterly useless. Leclerc's still not pitted, I don't think. Don't know what he's playing to do. Soft, I imagine. He had a fresh soft as well. Well, he's got back to Bottas and driven through him briefly. I don't think he's going to stay, actually. Honestly, I think if I deploy with him, we might actually be able to get a second on him. No, we can't. Leader started final lap, so Maloney's got to go for this from here. This would be his 6th, which would be a new record, if he can hold on. Mick did get to Porsche, has yet to get to... Oh, he's miles off Sonoda. 12th was nowhere near. I don't know what's happened there. Tons of ERS as well to go. So he'd get Albon for 13th, but that's about it. No! Okay, we'll be fine then, because the rest of the lap won't be a problem. Oh, he did get Albon. 13 seconds off 12th is wild, though. Hold on for 6th and 13th. But yeah, I did screw Mick over there a little bit. Zane's actually up a place, which is incredible. Mick's actually up 3 places because of where he started. Sargent had an absolute nightmare despite starting 9th. That's so depressing for them. It's another 8 points for him. He's closing on Hauger at this rate, is Zane. We've effectively replaced RB, feels like. Good points here again. Only second to Aston Martin and Red Bull, who both managed to get 26. Thank God, because his first stop was bad. That was such a weird one, because his first stop was bad, but he still came out ahead of where he came in. Easy contract bonus, and jobs are good. I say, we damn sure got the sponsored plan this time. 3.45. I wish I knew what money I was on beforehand. I don't think we've got that. I don't think that's gone in. Oh, no, it might have. It might have. Yeah, between the... Actually, no, I think that has gone in. They had a feature race there as well. Carpentier again. 3rd. I should still be able to see this one because another 15 points there. Bogdanovic didn't get anything. Carpentier's up to 4th. Oh, Bogdanovic, who started so well, down to 12th now. Of course, they're teammates as well. Forgot about that. He's got a sprint win and 4 podiums now. Barnard's still chasing Villa Gomez for F3. Harry Pulley has got points, or managed to get a comeback at the very least on her teammate, but has gained 10 points since we last checked in. We're happy with that. But Budapest in 4 days in-game. Everyone's really happy now. Even Mick's happy, which is a miracle. Because, and I did notice this, his boundaries had changed for his confidence thresholds. So I did figure that that had gone from low to, at the very least, the next stage, which is okay, which is probably the main difference. So his performance versus teammates is obviously a problem. The more that he scores, the more that Zay scores, the more this becomes a problem. But we might be doing all right going forward. Our first suspension on the first underfloor comes in before Hungary. I don't know if I'll deploy them. Suspension might be all right because I'll get a spare during the weekend. But I'll leave that there. Thank you for joining me. If you enjoyed this episode, our new highest points finish in 6th, or joint highest actually. I think we actually did achieve a 6th before, didn't we? So our new joint highest record in 6th. But I think that was a much better 6th because we had to fight for that. Obviously, there were mitigating circumstances in that bizarrely good pit stop, despite it being a bad pit stop under the safety car. But nonetheless, he had to fight for that, and I'm proud of him. Good work, Zane. He's actually amongst kind of the top end of the drivers as well because of the way the standings are. I'll actually just show you this real quick because I suspect people like Lando obviously aren't faring so well in their cars. They're not as happy. They're declining, as is Lewis Hamilton. He's not on the first page, but he's effectively right there next. 83. In fact, I think a couple of people on 83 have gone to 84 or backwards, depending on which way around. Yeah, Lance Stroll's gone down to 81 since I last looked. So Yuki Tsunoda's gone up to 84, I think. So he did have other 83s with him before. No, he doesn't. But thank you for joining me. Until next time, if you enjoyed this, like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal by now. Ta-ra.